Hi there, back again. Cracking Vinyl Finds, number 9. Yeah, I am so behind on these videos. I have got an absolute stack of vinyl to catch up on. I mean, it is ridiculous. And I also want to do the Grebo video as well. But the Grebo video, I'll have to wait until I've caught up with some of the vinyl because it is just, oh my god. And I've got a pile of CDs to show. I mean, an absolute stack of CDs to show. I've just gone absolutely bloody bonkers on it. So, anyway, without further ado, let's do this stash of vinyl that I got from one particular buyer on eBay. I think it's the same seller, or same seller as I got the last batch of vinyl off. But it's a right mixed bunch. We've got some 12 inches, some albums, well, 3 12 inches and 4 albums, and then I'll probably upload another video later on, try and clear the backlog of this stuff. Right, let's go through the 12 inches first. What should I start with? Yeah, I'll start with this one. So this one is Jethro Tull, and this is Steel Monkey. I think this is off, yeah, it is off Crest of a Knave, which I think, was that released in 87? Was that the one that won the Grammy instead of Metallica? I think it might have been. Anyway, so this is a decent enough late Tull single. I thought I just got this to check out sort of that era Tull, because I've been listening to them quite a lot on YouTube and Spotify from all periods of their career, and keep losing out on the early stuff on eBay. Just goes up too high. It just seems to go up too high every single time. And I haven't picked any up from Car Boots or anything like that, so I haven't been that lucky. So, but I have picked up a couple. I picked up a couple of weeks ago, and this isn't bad. I mean, all 4 tracks are fairly decent stuff. I might even have a look at the parent album now. So yeah, that's a decent buy. This was great pickup. I love this one. This is Censor, and this is Eject. Now this is one of their 2 singles they released on Ultimate Records before they actually released their first album. It's a label. They're a kind of politically aware rap rock group formed in London in the early 90s. But this is a terrific track, Eject. This is called, and what you got on this is Eject and Don't Lose Your Soul, and then on side 2 you get a couple of mixes of those tracks, as you can see there. And this is a terrific album, 12 inch, really rate Eject, really good track. So I think this is off their first album, which actually made the UK top 10, amazingly enough. I don't remember it doing that. But I'm going to try and locate a copy of that, CD or vinyl preferably, but if I can't, then a CD. Because that is really cracking. Really enjoyed listening to that. And then probably one of my favourite singles from the 80s, and one of 2 songs that have the name Waterfall that are both brilliant. The other one, of course, being TLC. This one is the reissue of Waterfall by Wendy and Lisa. It's the psychedelic TP12, and it's a really good mix of Waterfall on the A side, and then you got Waterfall 89 and Always in My Dreams. That's quite a nice track as well. But I do love this song, and it's really nice to have this remix of it. So that was really good. Coming on to the albums, it's going to be a fairly short video, I hope, and then I'll be able to do another one as well. The albums, what order should I do them in? Let's do best first. So I got this, which is Slade Alive. Now, I didn't know the history behind this album. I didn't know that the Slade albums up to before this one basically bombed. Even though I think they'd had some single successes, the albums didn't sell. So they decided to record a live one, and later mirrored by Kiss, I think, who had their first big album success with Alive. I think that's pretty... Was that some sort of homage to this? I don't know. Anyway, but this is an original pressing. It's a gorgeous. I love the cover of this. So let's open it. It's a gatefold. So you've got the inside. And this apparently was an alternative cover. They ran a competition in the Sun newspaper, which is probably the only thing the Sun has ever done decent. That's a decent thing. Sorry, I lived in Liverpool during the 80s. Sun sucks. And you got lots of comments about Slade there. I think it's a great cover. I absolutely love this cover. I think it's brilliant. Don't think it's just, no, it's just a plain inner. Did I get an insert with this? Don't think so. Record's a bit crackly, but the music just shines through. This is rocking. It was recorded in front of, I think, fan club members in a, I think, was it a theatre or a studio? But it was specifically to record this album. And it is cracking. Absolutely brilliant record. It's got Alvin Lee's "Hear Me Calling," which I think is from Stonehenge, I think, or not sure, but 10 years after. You've got a John Sebastian track from Lovin' Spoonful, a couple of Slade originals, In Like a Shot from My Gun and Know Who You Are, and then on the other side you've got Keep On Rockin', which is a Slade track, Get Down With It, which is a cover. I'm not sure who did the original of that. I'm sure somebody will tell me. And then you've got a cover of Born to Be Wild, one of many covers of that song I've got. But I can't rate this highly enough. This is a great album. Really, really, really great. And if you can see a copy of this, you know, pick it up, because you will not be disappointed by this. This is rocking. Absolutely brilliant. So that's Slade Alive. The next one I was actually quite surprised by when I listened to it, because I'd got, and the band is Heart. I won't beat you around the bush. And the album is Heart. The previous Heart album I listened to from the 80s absolutely was pretty dire. I think there were 2 decent tracks on it. It was awful. But this one, I mean, this is typical 80s stadium rock, pop. It's like, you know, the pop rock stuff. Obviously they've had an image makeover. I mean, check out the outfits on that cover. Look at that. That is so 80s. It's unbelievable. But this sold millions, and rightly so, because this is a top-notch 80s mainstream rock album. Really enjoyed listening to this. I mean, it's got loads of singles on it. What About Love, Never, These Dreams, Nothing at All. Shell Shock's a good track. That's a really good track. If Looks Could Kill, good opener to the album. This is the kind of album, I think, I don't know if anybody's read American Psycho by Bret Easton Ellis, but in it he writes about, well, the character Patrick Bateman tells you about 80s records that he really rates. Most of it's Whitney Houston and blooming Phil Collins, who sorry Pla, I can't stand him. He just gets on my nerves. But in a perfect world, if that book had been absolutely perfect, then he would have written about Heart, because this, I reckon, would have been right up Patrick Bateman's alley. It's just so glossy, so superficial. I think he's ace, actually. So I'm definitely going to listen to that one more than once. That was a really good record. Then I got Status Quo, What You're Proposing. Oh, sorry, not What You're Proposing. That's got the missiles on the front, isn't it? This is Whatever You Want. Quite an interesting cover. I can't recognise all the people on it, but it's got lots of famous faces on it. I mean, we've got Marilyn, Mark Brando. I don't know. Maybe somebody can fill me in who some of these people were supposed to be, because it's not the greatest. But I quite like the cover. Biggest track on here is Whatever You Want, and Living on an Island was a single as well. But it's a really good boogie rock album. This was released in '79, so it was still in their best phase, their first phase, just about. I think you can probably go up to about 1982. The 1982 album probably their last decent thing, because the year after that they released, I think it was it Back to Back? Anyway, the one with Old Rag Blues and Margarita Time, and they were, oh my god, they'd lost it. Oh my god, that was just a dire time. Really awful. And from then on in, it was just like pale imitation of what they'd done in the 70s. But this is really good. It's not as good as things like Pile Driver and Quo and Hello and all of that kind of stuff. But a good solid album. So I enjoyed listening to that. So that was good. And the condition for it, I mean, it's got the inside, got the inner sleeve. There's a picture of the boys, all the lyrics. I think it's just, is it? No, yeah, it's a bog standard Vertigo label. So it's on Vertigo. It hasn't got the swirl, but it's got the mini one there. So yeah, it's a good album. Oh, I've got to get this back in now. There we go. Yeah, thoroughly enjoyable. Oh, there's Bogey. There's Bogey in the there we go. And then you've got a penguin on the back, which is lovely. Right, the final album in this batch I got, and I haven't listened to this one properly. I've heard a few tracks off it, but not properly, because I was doing something else at the same time. I've really gone mad on, well, not mad, but I'm getting quite a few of Diana Ross's early 70s albums, because I just really like what she did there. Now, this is a Spanish pressing of Surrender. I heard the first song, which is written by Ashford and Simpson. Oh, a lot of it's written by Ashford and Simpson. Good grief. Anyway, there's some... Surrender's a really good track. Haven't given it a proper listen, but I will do. Look at the back. There's all the... So you've got the albums in Spanish, as well as the English titles. It's still on Tamla, Motown. We've got the label. There we go. And there's a label for that one. Nice Tamla label. So yeah, I know there's going to be at least a couple of decent tracks on there, because it's early 70s Ross. So very happy I picked that one up. And I think I picked up the whole lot for about a tenner, I think. It's probably about that. Maybe a little bit more, 12 quid. But definitely worth it. Some cracking albums. I would have paid that for that Slade album all by itself. Excuse me. So anyway, so that's another batch of records shown. I probably will be uploading another video in a minute, actually. Because too much money, too silly. Anyway, so in the meantime, keep listening, keep spinning, keep watching, keep recording, and I'll see you all soon. Cheers, bye.